Once upon a time, Will Smith was one of the most loved actors in Hollywood. He dominated the 2000s and 2010s with blockbuster hits and family-friendly charm. He wasn't just a movie star, he was the movie star. But in recent years, that image has taken serious hits. Public discussions about his marriage, especially after Jada Pinkett Smith openly shared details about their relationship struggles, shifted how many fans viewed him. Then came the 2022 Oscars incident, where Will walked on stage and slapped Chris Rock. That moment changed everything. The applause turned into debate, memes, and non-stop criticism. Now, just when it seemed like things couldn't get more complicated, a new lawsuit has entered the picture. A former employee has filed legal claims against Will Smith and his production company, raising serious allegations. The big question people are asking online is whether this situation could cause even more damage to his legacy. Let's break down what's actually being claimed, sticking to the facts. The lawsuit was filed by Brian King Joseph, a violinist who worked on Will Smith's 2025 tour. Back in December, Brian posted a video on social media hinting that he experienced harassment while working for a major artist in the industry. At the time, he didn't name anyone. In the video, he said, "Unfortunately, some things happened, and I can't get into the details of exactly what that was, because it's already a legal issue right now. But the reason why I'm speaking out about this is because getting fired or getting blamed or shamed or threatened or anything like that, simply for reporting sexual misconduct or safety threats at work, is not okay." Initially, the video didn't gain much traction. But weeks later, Brian filed a formal lawsuit naming Will Smith and his company, Westbrook Studios, formerly linked to Trey Ball in early reports. That's when the story exploded. According to the lawsuit, Brian alleges sexual harassment, wrongful termination, and what he describes as predatory behavior. The complaint claims that after being hired for the 2025 tour in 2024, Smith allegedly spent what Brian described as an unusual amount of time alone with him and expressed that they had a special connection. Brian claims that at first he didn't think much of it, but he alleges that things escalated during a March 2025 tour stop in Las Vegas. According to the lawsuit, when Brian returned to his hotel room, which had been booked by the tour team, he found signs that someone had entered without his permission. There were reportedly no signs of forced entry. Earlier that day, he claims his bag containing his room key had been misplaced by tour management.
The years of our relationship, Will was not my friend. I was his friend. I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation. And then I saw bags when I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin. Door to Dwayne dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having sex with Will. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing like murder. It was in there.
Inside the room, Brian alleges he found items he interpreted as threatening, including wipes, a beer bottle, a red backpack, hospital discharge paperwork with another person's name, and a bottle of HIV medication prescribed to someone else. He also claims there was a handwritten note that read, "Brian, I'll be back no later than 5:30, just us." The note reportedly included a drawn heart. Brian says he interpreted the situation as a threat. He contacted hotel security, called a non-emergency police line, and reported the situation to Smith's representatives. According to the complaint, hotel camera footage allegedly showed that only members of the tour's management team had accessed the room, not an outside intruder. The lawsuit claims that when Brian raised concerns, he was dismissed, accused of lying, and eventually fired. Days later, he was allegedly told the tour was moving in a different direction, and another violinist replaced him. It's important to stress, these are allegations outlined in a civil lawsuit. At this stage, they have not been proven in court. Will Smith and his team have the right to respond legally, and due process will determine the outcome. Still, the timing is tough. Will Smith has already faced intense public scrutiny in recent years. Adding a lawsuit with serious claims only increases pressure. Public opinion is already divided. Some people believe the allegations must be fully investigated and taken seriously. Others argue that accusations alone shouldn't be treated as proof. That tension is exactly why the legal system exists, to examine evidence and determine facts. One thing is clear, Will Smith's public image has shifted dramatically from where it once stood. Whether this lawsuit leads to further fallout depends entirely on what unfolds in court. For now, these are claims, not conclusions. And until the legal process plays out, that distinction matters. Brian is basically alleging that he was being groomed and primed for exploitation. In his lawsuit, he claims Will Smith didn't just hire him for talent, but allegedly tried to slowly break him into the industry. There's a long-running rumor that some people believe exists in Hollywood, where certain newcomers are pressured to cross personal boundaries to move up. Brian believes Will started grooming him from day one, making him feel chosen, important, and special. According to Brian, the message was subtle but clear. If he went along with it, bigger doors would open. If he didn't, he'd be shut out. And that's where people online started connecting this situation to other recent industry lawsuits. Many are comparing Brian's claims to those made by Rodney Lil Rod Jones in his lawsuit against Diddy. Lil Rod alleged that after being hired as a producer and engineer, Diddy invited him to parties, isolated him, and attempted to normalize inappropriate behavior under the excuse of, "This is how the industry works." Lil Rod claimed he was pressured to participate in situations he was uncomfortable with and refused. In that lawsuit, Lil Rod alleged that boundaries were repeatedly tested and that he was told this behavior was a requirement to reach the next level. He claimed once he resisted, his relationship with the project changed fast.
Son of the creator of the organization himself admitted this.
Leave the church because of these allegations, these things that a
whole wide variety of reasons. It isn't a very simple answer. I left because my wife wanted me to. And also because I wasn't making any money, because all the money flows, of course, to my father, always has. I was also tired of the fraud and the deception, plus his deep involvement in personal use of drugs on himself and others, black magic.
When you say black magic, what are you talking about? I mean, some of the things that I read in the stack of material, it sounds just absolutely unbelievable. What are you talking about when you say this?
Well, the funny thing is that the actual truth is about as far out as Scientology itself. Really, the basis of Scientology, which is rather hidden and covered over, is the occult, the deep involvement with satanic powers. That he felt that he was deeply involved with a British black magician called Aleister Crowley, and through putting himself in deep hypnotic trances and the use of drugs on himself, he wanted to become the most powerful.
That pattern is exactly what people believe Brian is describing now. Brian alleges Will followed a similar playbook. First, he got close. Then he built trust. Then he allegedly created a situation meant to lower Brian's guard, including the note left in the hotel room. Brian interpreted that moment as a test, a line being crossed to see how far he'd go. According to Brian, if he had stayed quiet and gone along with it, he believes he would have been rewarded professionally. Instead, he spoke up and says he was fired. He is now suing for wrongful termination, harassment, and grooming, claiming the experience left him dealing with anxiety and PTSD. These are serious allegations, and they are being handled in civil court. Will Smith's legal team responded quickly. Their statement said, "Mr. Joseph's allegations concerning my client are false, baseless, and reckless. They are categorically denied, and we will pursue all legal remedies to ensure the truth comes to light." That response sounded familiar to a lot of people. Critics online pointed out that similar statements have been used in other high-profile cases before settlements or evidence later changed public perception. Supporters argue it's standard legal language. Either way, the court will decide. Beyond the grooming claims, the lawsuit has also reignited old rumors about Will Smith's private life. These rumors aren't new. In November 2023, a former personal assistant made public claims during an interview, alleging he witnessed Will Smith in an intimate situation with actor Dwayne Martin. That interview went viral fast. The assistant claimed he saw something firsthand and insisted it wasn't speculation. However, it's important to say clearly, these statements are allegations, not proven facts. Will Smith has denied wrongdoing, and no court has ruled against him on these claims. Still, when you stack the lawsuit, the past interviews, and the timing, people online feel like the pressure is building. Some believe this is another powerful figure facing long-delayed scrutiny. Others believe these accusations are being exaggerated or misrepresented. One thing is undeniable: the allegations are explosive, the optics are bad, and Will Smith's once bulletproof image is under serious fire again. Whether this ends in dismissal, settlement, or trial, the fallout is already loud, messy, and far from over. After the former assistant made those explosive allegations, Will Smith's camp responded fast. A representative called the story completely fabricated and baseless. Jada Pinkett Smith also publicly dismissed the claims, calling them ridiculous and suggesting the individual was attempting a financial shakedown. The Smiths indicated they were considering legal action for defamation at the time. As of now, there hasn't been a widely reported defamation lawsuit filed in response to those specific claims. That detail has fueled even more online speculation. Some people interpret the lack of a public lawsuit as suspicious. Others point out that not every false allegation automatically leads to a court case. Legal strategy is complicated, and silence doesn't automatically equal guilt. Still, critics online are drawing comparisons between Will Smith and other powerful industry figures who faced allegations of secret double lives and abuse of power. These comparisons are opinions, not proven facts, but they're spreading fast across social media. Some commentators argue that if you look at Will's early Hollywood journey, the rumors feel less shocking to them. They point to his own interviews about struggling financially before landing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will has openly admitted that after early rap success, he mismanaged money, failed to properly handle taxes, and ended up owing the IRS a massive amount. He once explained that after a flop album, he was broke, even though he was still famous. He described how being recognized in public while struggling financially was humiliating. That vulnerability is well documented in his memoir and interviews. Everything changed when he met Benny Medina, who was developing the concept that would become the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Medina introduced Will to Quincy Jones at a party. According to Will's own retelling, Quincy asked him to audition on the spot. Will performed, impressed him, and secured the role that same night. That's the official story, and it's been repeated for decades. However, online conspiracy circles claim there was more to that night. They suggest that Hollywood success often comes with hidden initiation rituals. It's important to say clearly, there is no verified evidence proving Will Smith participated in any coercive or inappropriate act to land that role. Those claims remain unproven rumors. Some extreme online theories even allege that Quincy Jones manipulated multiple young artists. Again, no court has proven such accusations in relation to Will Smith or others mentioned in those rumors. It's critical not to present speculation as fact. Benny Medina's name also resurfaces because of past allegations against him. In the 2000s, two separate men accused Medina of sexual assault and civil complaints. Medina denied those allegations. One case reportedly did not proceed to conviction, and the other involved civil proceedings. These accusations were serious but did not result in criminal convictions. Online commentators now try to link those past allegations to Will's career rise, implying a pattern. But association does not equal participation. That distinction matters. Then the conversation takes another sharp turn, towards Scientology. Will Smith has long been rumored to have ties to Scientology. He has repeatedly stated publicly that he is not a Scientologist. However, he has acknowledged studying aspects of different religions and philosophies, and he was photographed at events connected to the church. He also helped fund a school that critics claimed used teaching methods associated with Scientology. Representatives have stated the school was secular and not religiously affiliated. Some critics attempt to connect Scientology's controversial history to darker occult narratives involving Aleister Crowley and other figures. These claims are largely rooted in conspiracy discussions rather than verified legal findings. While former members have criticized Scientology heavily, linking Will Smith personally to occult practices remains speculative and unsupported by hard evidence. At this point, what we're really seeing is multiple storylines merging into one massive narrative. A current civil lawsuit alleging grooming and harassment, past rumors about Will's private life, historical allegations against industry figures he worked with, financial struggles before fame, controversial religious associations, and online conspiracy theories tying it all together. When stacked like that, it creates a dramatic story. But drama isn't proof. It's fair to say Will Smith's reputation has taken serious hits over the past few years. Between the Oscars incident, public marriage discussions, and now this lawsuit, his image is no longer untouchable. Public perception has shifted. But it's also important to separate allegations from confirmed facts. Civil lawsuits must go through court. Accusations must be examined through evidence. Rumors about initiation rituals or occult ties remain unproven unless backed by documented proof. The entertainment industry absolutely has a history of power imbalances and exploitation. That's real. Multiple cases over the years have exposed abuse. That's why allegations should be taken seriously, but also handled responsibly. As for Brian King Joseph's lawsuit, that case will move through the legal system. Will Smith's team has denied the claims. Until evidence is presented and rulings are made, conclusions would be premature. Right now, the internet is loud. Opinions are flying. People are drawing their own conclusions based on patterns they think they see. But at the end of the day, serious accusations deserve careful investigation, not just viral amplification. The story isn't finished. The legal process will determine what holds up and what doesn't. Until then, separating fact from speculation is more important than ever.